everyone. Welcome to the first ever episode of the Movie Fans Unite podcast. This is this new show that I have. It is broken down into 4 sections. Basically, the main point of this is I've been wanting to do videos on my thoughts of certain movie trailers or movie news that broke out, or more reviews than I can cram in, and just general questions about movies in general that are small enough that I don't want to do a movie monologue talk show on. And that's basically what this podcast is. It's a broken down into 4 sections: movie trailers, movie news, a review of something I've watched this week, and a general question that I want to talk about movies in general. I just felt like I didn't have enough time with school and work in order to spend just one video working on one thing. So instead I thought, why not cram all 4 into one podcast? And then if this one podcast is too long for you to sit down and listen to, don't worry, I will split all 4 sections into their own separate videos, and I will post those online as well. So you can either marathon through the full episode or just watch it in bits and pieces as well. So we're going to start off with my first ever episode with movie trailers. And since this is the first episode, but we are in December, I thought I would break down a couple of my favorite trailers this year, as well as then go down to a couple of recent ones. So we're going to start off with my favorites this year. And number one has to be, not number one, the first on the list. This isn't in any order, although there is a clear number one, but this isn't it. And that is Deadpool. I'm really looking forward to this movie. I think Ryan Reynolds was born to play Deadpool, and this trailer just proves it. It's hilarious. There's no real plotline developed in this trailer. We're not really getting a sense of what this movie quite is about, or the villain. And I'm totally okay with that, because all I really needed to know was if the movie can look good, and if it's funny. The Deadpool kind of funny, and this trailer proves it and knocks it out of the park. I'm really excited for this film. Like I said, it's hilarious. There's tons of funny moments, and I think the action in it can also be really well done. It's got this own unique style to it, where it's just a gritty R movie, and I will be there day one. The film just looks great. I can't wait for the next trailer, just to see more about what this movie is about, now that I'm kind of sold already. So my second trailer that I want to talk about is the Comic-Con Batman vs. Superman trailer. This isn't the new one. I will get to that later. But right now I want to talk about my favorite trailer of these teasers, and that's the Comic-Con one. This movie looks fantastic. The premise alone, Batman vs. Superman, is wonderful, and I'm glad they're doing this movie. DC has been struggling against Marvel. I'll be the first to say The Dark Knight is the best comic book movie of all time. But really, that's the number one DC movie. And other than Batman Begins and most of The Dark Knight Rises, I just haven't really liked many of DC films. Okay, yeah, Man of Steel is also good, but none of them have been to the level that Marvel has been doing recently. Now, I know some people are getting some fatigue from Ant-Man recently, but I disagree. I think Marvel is just nailing it when it comes to what they're doing with these movies. But Batman vs. Superman, this is the start of their Justice League franchise. This movie it looks great. The premise is amazing. Stylistically, the movie looks great. I'm really looking forward to Ben Affleck as Batman, because I think he can do a really good job. I want to know more about Batman, and I really am looking forward to a solo Batman film. But I hope that this film is really successful. Well, it's going to be really successful. I just hope that it can tell a good story and really jumpstart this Justice League franchise, because they really need to get it going. Otherwise, Marvel's just gonna keep making tons of great films. and overshadow DC, and when DC is just starting to really get going. So my number one favorite movie trailer of the year has to be Star Wars. And I'm talking about the Monday Night Football premiere trailer. I'm not talking about the international trailer or any of the TV spots, because honestly, I haven't watched any of them. After the Monday Night Football one, I've just decided that I don't want to see any more Star Wars. As I'm recording this on December 4th, I have less than 2 weeks until I see the midnight premiere of Star Wars Episode 7, and I'm freaking out. I can't wait. I'm so excited for this movie. Grew up watching Star Wars as a kid. I am now 19, and I still watch Star Wars all the time and talk about Star Wars all the time. I love Star Wars. Star Wars is my childhood. So, back to this trailer. It just looks beautiful, and it looks like J.J. Abrams knows what he's doing with this franchise. There's hardly any plot in it, and that's what I really like about it. You know, we get some of the characters, a little bit of backstory, you know, how it seems like Jedi and Sith are basically like a mythology now, or legend, with Han Solo saying, no, it's true, all of it's true. Yeah, this movie stylistically, it looks stunning. The music sounds great. Just having Star Wars, just the title alone sells me on it, and I will be there day one. I have my tickets. I'm so excited for this movie. Yeah, my favorite part of this trailer probably has to be the whole trailer, if that's an answer. Yeah, I don't really have a favorite moment. I mean, all of it is just breathtaking. I guess, you know, some of the opening, or not the opening shots, the wide shots of the X-Wings and TIE Fighters flying around, shooting each other down, just looks great. Finn and Kylo Ren going at it in the forest, the snowy forest, and you just get this impression that, is it Finn? Yeah, I think that's Finn. Finn really is underestimating going head to head against Kylo Ren, and it yeah, he just looks like he is not quite the matchup for Kylo Ren, and Kylo Ren looks like he might win that battle. But anyways, yeah, Star Wars looks great, and I am avoiding all screenshots and trailers, TV spots, whatever, for 2 more weeks. I just have to make it 2 more weeks. So now we're going to talk about a couple more of the recent trailers that have come out. And we will start with Zoolander 2, or Toolander, or whatever they're calling it. So I just watched the first Zoolander for the first time this year. And I enjoyed it. I think it was a little overhyped for me because, you know, everyone talked about how funny this movie is. And yeah, there's some definite funny moments. I don't know. I guess it just wasn't the film for me. I appreciate how silly it is. And that being said, this trailer actually really sold me on the film. We'll see how the other trailers do, but I laughed a lot in this film. Benedict Cumberbatch's cameo as All, the model who is all. That was a funny moment. Owen Wilson and Ben Stiller look great back in their roles as Zoolander and Hansel. Yeah, Hansel, right? I can't remember. But bringing back Will Ferrell is a great choice. Penelope Cruz looks good in the side role. So yeah, I mean, there's a lot of funny moments in it. It made me laugh a lot. So hopefully this movie is as good as this one trailer looks like it will be. So now, let's talk about the new Batman vs. Superman trailer. So when this trailer dropped, I instead of watching the trailer, I instead read some of the comments because I wanted to know if anything was spoiled in this trailer, because I didn't want anything to get spoiled for me. So I read the comments, and the comments mentioned, wow, this trailer spoiled everything. Wow, I just watched the movie. Oh my gosh, is that really... Oh, shoot, now I'm going to forget his name. Oh, what's his name? Doomsday, that's right. Oh my gosh, is that really Doomsday? So then, the comments actually ruined the trailer for me. So I decided, after watching this hilarious video, and if you have not seen it, you should. I'll leave a link for it down below. If you are unfamiliar with Greg Miller, formerly from IGN, now working at Kind of Funny Games, or Kind of Funny in general, he is a huge DC fanboy, and he released a 28-minute trailer breakdown / reaction video on this trailer of him just losing his mind. It's so funny, and not in a way where I'm like, haha, what a nerd, but where I'm just like, I'm happy for you, Greg. Am I this excited for it? No, I'm a Marvel fanboy. I still respect DC, and as a movie goer myself, I love all movies. In general, I'm excited for films. So yeah, I am excited for this film. I'm psyched to see Superman vs. Batman. Am I as excited as Greg Miller? No. And do I think this trailer was good? Not really. It was okay. One, it spoils. So, not a lot. We still don't know all the steps that lead to it. Obviously, and I am going to spoil this trailer, so if you haven't seen it, you don't want any of that, you can skip a couple minutes ahead. But, we all knew at the end of this movie, Batman isn't going to kill Superman, and Superman isn't going to kill Batman, because they need to form the Justice League. So they're going to put their differences aside, they're going to shake hands, and they're going to be teammates. But I was not expecting this trailer to ruin the reason why they decide to join together, and that is Doomsday. Lex Luthor creates Doomsday. How is Doomsday made? I don't know. People are theorizing that mutated form of General Zod's corpse. That's a rumor floating around. I don't have any rumors myself because, I'm not really familiar with the lore behind it all. But yeah, I guess Lex Luthor creates Doomsday somehow, or Doomsday shows up, or whatever, and so then Batman and Superman decide not to fight each other, and instead to team up with Wonder Woman and fight Doomsday. So yeah, what I would have rather not known, and then sit down at the theater and be blown away when Doomsday shows up in this movie, where I had zero expectation of him showing up. That would have been way cooler than me seeing a screenshot of Doomsday's face mixed with the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles remake Michelangelo face, and how similar the two actually look. Yeah, the Doomsday character design, I would have liked more of the spikes or the beard or whatever that Doomsday has, instead of these little bumps and a Shrek-like face. And I'm just, I'm really nitpicking on this because, like I said, I'm still gonna go see this movie. And it still looks fantastic. This trailer hasn't sold me on the fact that this movie is going to be horrible. I think it's going to still be great. My biggest concern really is Jesse Eisenberg's Lex Luthor. He's a bit out of tone with the movie at some scenes, but then other scenes, like the one when he's talking to Amy Adams about being psychotic, that line was actually really good. So I don't know, the trailer probably isn't doing its best job on selling me on Jesse Eisenberg, so I'll keep my hopes high or low or whatever, my expectations low, and hopefully he does a great job in this film, and I'm sure he does. I like him in some of his films. I just think his overall character tone mixed with the tone of the movie don't mix as well. But that being said, the trailer itself wasn't cut very well. It revealed too much, but what it does show, I am excited for, and so that's that. So the final trailer that I'm going to talk about is one that I left last because I am a Marvel fanboy, and that is Civil War. Civil War looks so good. It looks so good. When Civil War was announced, I started reading the comics for it. It's nothing like the comics, and that's okay. It's still two sides of heroes fighting against each other. Is it as extreme or as big as the comic book? No, and it doesn't need to be. When it's revealed that it says Captain America Civil War, when that was announced, 6-9 months ago, I and others might have been confused. I was confused because I was like, Civil War shouldn't it just be like Avengers Civil War or something? But after seeing this trailer, no, I understand why it's called Captain America Civil War, because the whole reason this Civil War takes place, a large portion of it is because of Bucky and Steve's relationship with Bucky, and the fact that the government wants to bring Bucky in, and Steve wants to save Bucky because he knows Bucky's good, and Bucky will be good. At the same time, there's also like the events of the Avengers Age of Ultron, where a lot of city destruction happened, where the government's realizing maybe heroes need to be on a leash, a government leash. And obviously, Captain America doesn't stand for that, and Iron Man, on the other hand, does. He's all about, he has the Iron Legion, and he creates Ultron to save the planet. So obviously, he's going to be for that, protection and all whatnot. So yeah, this trailer alone looks so good. The movie looks great. I'm excited to see the fight sequences and how everything comes together. Also, some news broke out today where Robert Downey Jr. confirms that Spider-Man will make his first appearance in the Marvel Cinematic Universe in Civil War, and I actually feel like I've known that already. I guess it was just heavily rumored, but never officially confirmed until recently. I am a huge Spider-Man fanboy. I love Spider-Man so much, and I'm so excited that he's going to be in this movie. I hope he's not in any of the trailers, because I really just want to sit down expecting an awesome movie and then to just get blown away when Spider-Man shows up on the screen. I hope he's in more than just like a small cameo at the end. I really want him to either show up, like my dream for it is that Captain and Iron Man and team are fighting against each other, and then Spider-Man swings out of nowhere, and he's just confused, and he's asking like both sides, like, what are you guys doing, why are you fighting, or whatever. And then, I don't know, have him team up with one or the other, or, just make fun of both of them or something, something, maybe have like some witty comments or whatever. I don't know. I just really want Spider-Man in the film, and he's going to be, so I'm really excited for that. Yeah, the film itself looks a little bit darker than what Marvel has been doing. At the same time, a lot of their trailers seem to be dark and edgy, in like the lightest term possible for dark and edgy. But and then when you go sit down in the movie, there's a lot of jokes and whatever, except Winter Soldier. I guess that's the darkest one out of all of them. But like Iron Man 3 had some dark trailer. Avengers Age of Ultron was kind of like that, and both those films are really funny and hilarious. So I don't know. It may not be that. And I hear like Ant-Man wasn't in the trailer. He's going to be in the movie. And I guess there was some like early footage from Disney convention or whatever, where he has like this hilarious funny moment. So I guess it's gonna be like Avengers Age of Ultron, but maybe with some darker elements, especially between Iron Man and Captain America, because those two, my favorite moment in that trailer is when Steve says to Iron Man, allegedly to Iron Man, that's what the trailer makes it look like, where I guess he actually says Tony's name in this line, so I guess there you go, where he says like, I'm sorry Tony, but Bucky's my friend, and then it just a close-up of Tony in the Iron Man suit saying, so was I. It's so simple yet heartbreaking. These two, they've fought like waves of aliens together, giant robots. They've saved the world twice, and yet these two friends are now disagreeing with each other. They're at war with each other, and it's heartbreaking, and it's gonna be a cool movie. I'm really excited for it, and this is Avengers 2.5 essentially, without Hulk or Thor, and with Spider-Man. So I'm happy for that. So, this concludes my trailers for this episode, and now let's move on to some movie news.